Okay, so we already kind of looked at our reconstitutions here, and I'm hoping it'll be easier if I can just explain it. Uh, what I look for when I'm doing these is keywords. So obviously we already know what the dosage strength, we have the 1 gram, but how much diluent is added to the vial to prepare the medication for IM use? So all we got to do is find our diluent. It says add 3.5 mils. Okay. What diluent is recommended for reconstitution? Again, we're looking over here. Read the accompanying insert. So then you get your result. So this guy, whoops, okay, that doesn't work very well. Oh well. So this guy matches to that guy. Try green. Then what's the final concentration? Final concentration, resulting solution contains, and there's our 250 milligrams per mil. Okay, so that matches with that. So really what I do to figure it out is just I'm searching out keywords and trying to find the matching words or phrases within my label. I don't know a better way to explain it other than to continue practicing for it. So let's move on to, okay, here's a good one. Actually, this should work pretty well. So we have ordered the Kefzol, cefazolin sodium, 125 milligram IM. Available is cefazolin sodium 500 milligram with the following directions. Add 2 mils sterile water for injection of 0.9% sodium chloride for injection. Provides approximate volume of 2.2 mils, 225 milligrams per mils after reconstitution. How many mils will you give? Round answer to the nearest tenth. That's a big paragraph. So what do I need to look for first? What am I going to grab first? First, we'll use green. The very first thing I do, I'm going to ignore that whole question. I'm not even going to read it, what my order is, until I go to the bottom here first. What am I looking for? I'm going to be looking for how many milliliters do I need to prepare for my patient. First thing, I can ignore the rest of it right now. So let's erase that. Let's go with green. Do we have green? Don't I have another color? There we go. All right, let's switch to green so we know what we're doing. Okay, so to match that, the very first thing I know is I'm looking for X mils equals. This is what matters. I need to find that. So what do I need to figure out how many mils I'm going to give my patient? First thing is we start with what we have. So what do we have on hand? Again, we're ignoring the ordered part for right now. What I have available, oops, we'll go red. What I have available is the second thing I'm looking for because I'm going to use what I know and then we'll convert over to what I don't know. So I know that I have available my cefazolin sodium 500 milligrams. So what are we looking for next? Let's look at the directions and see if there's anything that's important in there for me. Add 2 mils of sterile water for injection of 0.9% sodium chloride for injection. In the real world, that would matter. In ours, it does not. This does us no good at all. Nothing there that we need. But what do we get out of it? It provides us an approximate volume of 2.2 mils of 225 milligrams per mils after reconstitution. So how many mils will you give? Yet again, this actually doesn't matter right here. The approximate volume, don't care. All that matters is this right here, our 225 milligrams per mil after my reconstitution. So this is what I actually have available and on hand. So as we know, when we're working in our formula, we always have to move this guy. Oops, forget that these don't match over here. Our mills have to go there. So we know we're going to start with what we have here, which is 1 mill has 225 milligrams in it. So what do we have to do next? Again, we know we have to carry this guy over. So next, need a little bit more room there. We know we have to start with milligrams again up here, right? So where are we going to find our next milligrams? This problem is actually a lot simpler than it initially looked. So now we're going to go to our order, because what do we actually want to give? What's ordered was 125 milligram IM injection. So we know now, we'll go blue here. This is the next thing that we want. This is the next number that we need, is our 125 milligram over 1. And that's it. We're done, or we should be. So what do we get out of this? We'll go over to purple now for our final solution here. So what we get is we are going to multiply the 1 times the 125. And just for space, we're moving down here. So I know I have 125, multiply across again. We're multiplying here, 225. So I have 125 over 225. Let's pull up calculator. Come here. And we're going to do 125 divided by 225. So we come out with, at the end, go away, 0.5555. So what is this going to round to the nearest 10th? 0.6. 0.6 mils is going to be our answer, I hope. Let's check the answers. We are down here, okay? We were down by Reconstitution, so let's see if we got it right. If I didn't, I'm going to look real dumb. Okay, Reconstitution. So we were at problem 1 there. There we go. 0.6 mils. So that was correct. That's what I was hoping for, at least. But again, this is how I do it. We've got to ignore information we don't need. We didn't even actually need this right here. Doesn't matter. I mean, really, again, in the real world, we are going to need it, but you don't even need to know the names. All we need is numbers. And the only things that are important is how much the doctor wants us to give, which is 125 milligrams, what we're solving for, and what we have available. Those are the only numbers that matter. Those are the only values that we actually need. I hope that helps. Whoops.